What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful. You're having a great day, morning, evening, whatever time you're watching this video at today. Before we get this video started, I want you guys to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. A lot of you guys watch my videos, but you aren't subscribed, so make sure you hit that red button down below. I don't know what side it's gonna be on, but hit that red button down below, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those notifications so that you know when videos are gonna be posted. I do post videos every morning on Thursdays, but if for some reason that changes and I decide to post an impromptu video, you want to stay in the loop, so hit that little ding, the little bell button down there, and give the video a thumbs up if you're already enjoying it and you're ready to get this party started. We are gonna roll right into it today. We are going into my top 10 healthy habits that completely changed my life. No, this was not clickbait. No, I am not causing unnecessary drama for no reason. This is legit, okay? I have spent the past 6 years of my life trying to find the most optimal healthy lifestyle for myself, and these are the things that actually worked and actually helped me thrive and glow and feel great every single day. So make sure you guys are well hydrated, you grab some water, you grab a little snack if you need it, get nice and cozy, and we're gonna rock right into it. All right, so tip number one, we're gonna start from right when you wake up in the morning. Very first thing, the second you open your eyes, is to get light into your eyes. This completely changed the game of me waking up first thing in the morning. I keep my room super dark at night because I cannot sleep if there's any light. So I've got the blackout blinds, I've got the blackout everything, and it's super dark and you literally can't see anything in my room. And usually I tend to wake up fairly early in the morning, and sometimes when you wake up and you feel kind of groggy, I'm like awake, but you're groggy, right? So one thing that kind of helped take away that groggy feeling, so it's not like I'm forcing myself to wake up early and feel sucky. It's like I was awake, but then I would wake up and I would feel kind of like, ooh, like, you know, you're not fully there, but you're like ready to get out of bed. So what helped change this was I invested in a sunshine alarm clock. It sits next to your bed, and as the alarm is going off, the light will slowly brighten up to simulate a sunrise. So it starts off red, it gets orange, then it gets yellow, and then it gets like bright kind of white yellow, and that is when you are supposed to wake up. And so I set that and then also a noise alarm so that the noise will go off and kind of trigger that like auditory, like, okay, there's a sound, I physically have to move and turn it off. And then you open your eyes and it's bright in your room. Not bright to the point where it's blinding your eyes, but bright to the point where like you can see that there's a bright light there and it's lighting up your room like fairly bright. That is the number one tip to feel refreshed and ready to rock first thing in the morning. And then once you see that light, you're not tempted to turn it off, because the second you turn it off, you feel awake because your brain has sensed that light, and your eyes have receptors in them that, of course, feed to your brain. And when those sensors see light, it tells your body that it's time to wake up and to stop producing melatonin. That's why right before when you go to bed, you want to make sure that's completely dark in your house, because if you have bright lights on, it can trigger your brain to stay awake, because a long time ago, we didn't have artificial lights. We didn't have, you know, lights from above. All we had was the sun and fire to keep things light. So firelight is generally okay before you go to sleep, but overhead lights will reduce melatonin. So if you think about that, if you want to be awake in the morning, what do you want to do? You want to have bright lights, whether it be the sun, if you know you get up with the sun, or an artificial light like the sun lamp. All right, tip number two. Now this is like the classic Instagram healthy girl fit tip, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this is real. So apple cider vinegar, it's disgusting, it's gross. We don't need that kind of energy first thing in the morning. Honestly, I don't wanna feel like I'm gonna throw up first thing in the morning. So how do we fix that? We get acidic, we bring in some lemon water. Drinking 1 to 2 cups, I prefer 2, I just feel like it's a little more hydrating, of lemon water with a pinch of sea salt first thing in the morning gets your body feeling super hydrated and super refreshed, and makes your digestion just feel sound for the whole entire day. And I don't just mean in terms of like pooping, but I mean in terms of like digesting food and just kind of having that like light, fresh feeling. If there's days I actually don't think I've ever not drank water when I first wake up. But if I can't get to lemon water, then just doing, you know, like a warm cup of hot water is generally the next best thing. But the lemon water is great. There's not a lot of science out there showing why lemon water is great. There's some Ayurvedic practices that say that lemon water is good first thing in the morning because it's cleansing for the body. It decreases the pH in your stomach, kind of makes it a little more acidic in there, which can help with digestion. So there's lots of different facts out there on why lemon water is so great first thing in the morning. I personally prefer it over drinking just plain water because you get a little bit of the electrolytes in there, which help hydrate you, instead of just drinking plain water, which can actually sometimes dehydrate you more than hydrate you, because it's actually depleting your electrolytes more. So getting that lemon and a little bit of sea salt in there kind of helps replenish your electrolytes and make sure that your body is actually getting hydrated, and it has some like minerals to actually help replenish you. So hydrating is not just about drinking something wet, it's about drinking something with, you know, that's not chemically charged, that's charged, you know, with electrons and salt and all those things. So that's why lemon water is a great option first thing in the morning and has truly transformed my digestion throughout the day. Okay, tip number 3 is to get movement in first thing in the morning. Getting movement first thing in the morning is just like a great way to get your body started, get your, you know, all the juices flowing, and to get your digestion started for the day. So if you're not someone that eats a big meal first thing in the morning because you find it's a little bit tough on your stomach, getting a little movement in there will help kind of open up the receptors in your muscles and get your blood flowing and kind of help you work up a little bit of an appetite, so that when it is time to eat and get your first feeding of protein in the day, you can do that without feeling sick. All right, tip number 4 that has taken my health to the next level is to focus on macronutrients and not calories. So I used to be crazy about counting my calories, and I never understood what food was made out of. I never understood macronutrients until probably like 3 years ago. So when I was in high school and I started counting my calories, I would literally just count my calories. I would never track how much protein I was eating. I would never track how many grams of fat, how many grams of protein, how many grams of carbs I was eating. And ever since I've done that, it's honestly changed my perspective about food so much. Once you know how many grams of carbs, fat, and protein you're eating, it makes you have like a different respect for food, because it actually shows you what these different foods do for your body. Counting, if you do choose to track something, tracking macronutrients over calories has been a game changer, because it teaches you so much more about your food, and it makes sure, is that a word? I think so. It makes sure that you are fueling up properly. All right, tip number 5 is to go outside for at least an hour every single day. I know, when I say an hour, it's kind of scary. It's like, Amita, I don't have an hour in my day to go outside. Here's the thing. You make time for the things that are important for you. It doesn't have to be an hour straight. It can be 15 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 15 minutes here, bam, that's an hour. So every single day, no matter what's going on in the day, no matter how busy it is, I make sure that I get outside and I breathe in fresh air and see the sunlight. Okay, here we go. Tip number 6. Tip number 6 is to incorporate some form of stretching into every single day. So, you know, you walk around every single day and people are like, oh, my back hurts, my hip hurts, oh, my shoulder's feeling kind of tight, my this, my that. Honestly, yes, I still get injuries and I still get pain and I still get tweaks here and there, but my incidence of pain, injury, pinching, popping, whatever has decreased by like probably like 80% since I made sure that I stretch for at least 30 minutes every single day. So before you go to sleep is the best time to do this, because your body's been warm, it's been moving all day, hopefully, and so your muscles are in a really good spot to just like stretch, and it helps you decompress and sort of have that mindfulness moment and not be on your phone before you go to sleep, because when you're in a pigeon pose, you can't be on Instagram and in pigeon pose at the same time. So incorporating at least 30 minutes of stretching into your day. I do plan on doing a little bit of a stretching video on this channel, so eventually that'll come up. But for now, you know, doing that like one-legged stretch where one knee's on the floor, one knee's up, doing pigeon on the couch, doing the couch, I think that's called the couch stretch. Just stretching out your shoulders, putting your tricep against the wall. There's so many different things that you can do to just get your body loose and stretch, and before you go to bed is the best time to do that, or after your workout. All right, so I think this is tip number 7. So tip number 7 here is to incorporate collagen into your daily routine. So everyone's gonna be like, but Amina, you own a supplement company and you sell a collagen whey protein. I know. Why do you think I started that? Because I wanted an affordable way to incorporate collagen into my everyday life. Collagen is what we're made out of. And as you, once you think you believe when you turn 18, your collagen supplies, they start to diminish. So like that's when you start aging, guys. Like get ready for those wrinkles. No, I'm just kidding. So once you turn 18, your collagen supplies actually start to decrease. So starting this at a young age, like literally when I turned 18, I started supplementing with collagen because I'm like, I don't want wrinkles. Okay, I want a full head of hair when I'm like, you know, 90 years old. I want to still have like healthy, hydrated looking skin. So I don't know how many studies have been done on those effects, but for me personally, just from what I've read, I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense. So I supplement with collagen every single day. I take at least 5 grams. So if you guys are super loyal followers and you do buy my whey protein, which by the way, I have a link in the description where you can use my code for 15% off. If you do use that, or you plan on grabbing it, which you probably should, you will get 5 grams of collagen in each of those scoops. Our bodies are always constantly repairing, and adding that extra collagen in there is just going to help keep your skin hydrated, keep your cells like, you know, repairing and healthy and strong. So supplement with collagen and go buy my protein powder. All right, here it is. Tip number 8 is to incorporate electrolytes into your day. So we briefly touched on this with the water drinking tip first thing in the morning with the lemon water, but I have started actually using electrolyte powders and drinking some of those every single day. So like I said before in the beginning, tip is that, you know, being hydrated is not just about how much plain water you're drinking. Drinking plain water obviously is a great habit to have, and you should keep having it, but it's not always going to keep you super hydrated. So I can't remember what her name is, but there's a doctor and she studies all about electrolytes and about how drinking just plain water sometimes can actually dehydrate you. So, you know, like when you're drinking one of your shaker bottles of water, I don't have one here, but when you're drinking one of your shaker bottles of water and you're like, I'm drinking this all day and I can't get hydrated and I don't know what's wrong, probably you're not getting enough electrolytes. So yes, when you eat food and you drink water, then there's some electrolytes happening in your stomach there because you get the minerals from the food. But say you're taking like 5-hour breaks, 4-hour breaks in between each of your meals, and then you're sipping water through that. Eventually, that food is going to go through your body, and then you're just going to be drinking plain water, and you might actually be diluting yourself. So incorporating an electrolyte powder in there, you can take it during your workout. Sometimes I'll actually drink it before I go to sleep because I tend to eat dinner quite early just because of my schedule, and then I won't end up eating until like 7 o'clock the next morning. So to make sure that during that time when there's no food in my body that I'm getting electrolytes in there, helps keep my blood pressure up, but then also just helps make sure my body is supported with some sort of mineral, and kind of takes away that like yuckiness you get from not eating, and just keeps you nice and hydrated. So incorporating electrolytes into your day is a great habit. All right, here it is. We've got 2 more tips left. So tip number 9 here is sleep hygiene. So this is a super huge one for me. I am a crazy person. Before I go to sleep, I walk around my house, I turn off all the lights, I wear my orange blue light blocking glasses, and I am like, you know, I've got my face mask on and my jammies, and I'm like sitting in the dark, nobody talk to me. So that is my sleep hygiene, and honestly, I sleep great every single night. And when I don't do those things, I literally can't fall asleep. I feel so terrible. So having a really good sleep hygiene, meaning just like kind of having like a routine around like sleeping. So having a really great sleep routine and before bedtime routine has just honestly changed the game so much. Okay, so tip number 10, this is the last tip of the day today. This is something I recently started implementing about 6 months ago and has honestly helped my mental well-being so much, is to every single morning, before you check Instagram, before you check your email, write down what your focus is for the day. Do a little bit of a brain dump of all the things that you have to get done that day, and then write down something you're looking forward to for the day and something you're grateful for that day. I actually bought this thing called a happiness planner, and that was kind of the first thing that sparked this. And now I continue to do it every single day because honestly, writing down that focus, something that you're excited about, something that you're grateful for that day, has honestly been such a huge change for those days where I wake up and I feel kind of just like, oh, I don't want to do today. And just picking one thing, like if it's like, oh, I'm going to the gym today, or I get to wear my cute little pair of leggings today, or I'm grateful for the warm dinner I'm gonna have later, or just like some little thing like that. It feels so insignificant, but it honestly makes a huge difference in your mental well-being for the day. So that is tip number 10 there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some sort of enlightenment out of it, and you apply at least one of these tips that I gave you. These are all things, might I remind you, I did not implement these all in one day. They slowly came over time throughout my health journey. So take a tip, maybe incorporate a new one every single week if it's a tip that you already do. I'm so proud of you. Good job. Keep up the good work taking care of your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.